Hey there, welcome to today's episode of the Q&A Helpline. So every Thursday I do a Q&A where members ask me questions and I answer the questions, and also I talk on a specific topic. So my Q&A Helpline is my way of paying it forward, because asking questions from my coaches all those years ago when I was a new agent, it allowed me to grow as an agent. It allowed me to grow as a person, and allowed me to improve my closing, improve my sales, basically improve myself in every way possible, for a career in real estate, for a successful career in real estate. So today, the topic for today that I'm going to cover is actually about free lead generation and how they could actually save your business in the current market. So before I talk about this specific topic, I also would like to address a specific concern and things that even I used to face before, and that has to do with how to handle haters. So online, everybody is online now, right? Everybody has internet, everybody has a smartphone, right? And everybody has free time, especially during the coronavirus, right? So some of my members, even I can, when I go into the ad account and I'm gonna take a look, and I see some comments which are very very bad, which are very very abusive comments, and those are so-called trolls, right? So there are trolls out there trolling on your ads, and they have so much free time, and what they do is basically waste your time, right? So how are you going to be handling this kind of trolls? How to handle haters? How to handle all these time wasters out there who have nothing better to do? So yeah, basically it's a fact of life. There is no other way. It's part and parcel of doing business online nowadays, because online, everybody's online, right? And we are doing our lead generation online, we are looking for prospects online, we're trying to engage them on social media, we're trying to engage them everywhere that we can online, right? So there are some people who absolutely they have so much free time, and they're absolutely cruel in their comments. And I've seen comments like I mean, I don't even want to tell you what kind of lousy comment they said, but they're generally not good, and it's not very very encouraging. So basically, you know for us, why is this so bad? I think the number one reason is because we as salesmen, we thrive on approval, right? We want to be liked, right? So that's our need, our unconscious need that is driving us every day, even during sales, even during meeting, even during appointment with prospects. We want the prospect to like us, we want our clients to like us, right? So there is this need, right, to be liked. So I think that plays a huge part in why some of these comments can be so I would say so hurtful to us, because because yeah, the first time I got this kind of comments, I was like, oh my god, does this person got nothing better to do, and does he want revenge from salespeople, right? So because salespeople tend to be easy targets, right? Because we are running ads, and we are very enthusiastic when in our dealings online or offline, right? So we're easy targets, and that's where these kind of lame, silly comments come online, and generally they make your life difficult. So how to handle those haters? And my answer is very simple, that you don't have a choice. You definitely are going to have, and you will definitely come across these kind of haters. So how do you handle them? Is basically the best thing that you can do is basically ignore them. Simple as that. Seriously, yeah, I know it's very hard. I know it's not the best kind of advice out there that you might want to listen, but in my personal experience, that's the best. That's the best thing that I have done when faced with this kind of lousy comments. Crazy people out there, people who are jokers. Basically, they got nothing better to do, and they're just out there to waste your time, and they make stupid comments, and they leave the F word as their name and email and whatever. They're very very cynical, right? So the best thing that you can do is just ignore them. Seriously, there are always prospects out there. There is more business out there for you, really out there than you can possibly handle in a lifetime, right? So maturity is understanding and respecting the fact that you can't please everyone. It's okay, right? In fact, the better you grow, the better agent you become, the more money you make, the more successful you are in life, the more haters you will attract, the more people who have nothing better to do, crazy, absolutely, you know, abnormal people who have major personality flaws, or just plain crazy, or bored people with nothing better to do. You will see more and more of them. They coming to you, commenting, making stupid, snarky comments, making hurtful comments. They will try to insult your appearance. They will even try to hurt your feelings with regard to race, or there are some people out there who got nothing better to do, seriously, and they will insult your religion as well. That's how bad some of the comments are online, right? They tend to insult your father, your mother, whatever it is, right? So what I'm trying to say is that I've witnessed personally in my own life, right? The more successful I became as a realtor, as a businessman, as a person, right? The more of such haters I attracted. And I mean, that's the fact of life, and it happens to every other successful person out there, right? So they have an army of fans, and they also have an army of trolls. So it's a fact of life. The more successful you become, the more haters you have. In fact, some of the people I know out there, some of the entrepreneurs that I know out there, they actually measure their success, by the amount of haters that they have. And to them it's a matter of pride that, oh, I got so many haters, and that means that I must be doing something good, right? I must be doing something well, I must be succeeding at my business, right? And in fact, there's an amazing quote from my mentor Dan Kennedy, and he said this all those years ago, that at the end of the day, if you haven't offended someone, then you haven't done enough work. And that sticks to me all this while. And whenever I'm faced with this kind of crazy, snarky, insulting comments online, I always remember what Dan Kennedy said: if you haven't offended somebody, at the end of the day, then you have not done enough work, right? So think about it. I think it's true, right? The more often you put out your message, the more often you put out your offer, or for example, whatever it is that you're selling real estate, right? Obviously. So whatever kind of real estate that you're selling, the more offers you put there, it will definitely offend somebody, or rub somebody the wrong way, because obviously in my advertising I'm pushing hot buttons. So hot buttons have to do with psychology, so different people have different hot buttons, right? So all those years ago, I met one agent, right, who was very, very angry at me in the meeting, in the appointment. It happened many years back, right? And what I was doing was, basically, I was taking down notes, right? And I was asking him questions. And let me tell you something, right? The difference between a mediocre salesperson and a good one who closes deals is one thing, and that is asking questions, right? So I knew what I was doing. I was listening to my mentor, and my mentor was training me in those days to become a better listener, and basically to ask questions. And here I was in that particular meeting, and I was asking this agent question. And after a while, I was noting down, and I was asking him questions. I was following up back with whatever question that I needed to ask to understand his situation better. But after about 20 minutes, he got quite offended, and he told me straight to my face that that's not how I conduct meetings. And I asked him, what do you mean by that? And he said that you are such a bad salesperson. You what are you doing? you haven't told me your offer, you haven't told me your what you have to sell, you haven't told me whatever is it, and you're just asking me questions, right? And that's not how I train my agents. And that was the time that I realized that this guy was, just his hot buttons were pressed, and basically he was venting out his anger at me, whatever is it. He may have gone through a bad day maybe, but it's so I realized that it wasn't personal. It's just that maybe he had a bad day, or he's venting out his anger at me, and I happened to be there at the wrong time, and I was the wrong person. So I realized, definitely, there are normal people who have bad days as well. And what I did was simple. I walk away. That's it. I walk away. I didn't say anything. I didn't let him disrespect me further. I didn't let him, give him more power. Simple. I walk away, and that's where I took control. Simple as that. I walk away. When you walk away, you take control, right? So live to sell another day. That's what my mentor told me, right? If your prospect disrespects you, walk away. Live to sell another day. Simple as that, right? So it's the same thing with haters. So haters they're not gonna need your service. I don't think so. They're just making fun of you. They're just generally being mean. So they're bad human beings, and I definitely wouldn't want to do business with any one of them, right? So I hope I've answered this question, answered this concern. From time to time, some of my agents, even you yourself, might be facing in future. I'm just trying to prepare you mentally. Just be ready, right? Be ready to walk away, right, from these kind of crazy people, crazy comments, right? Don't take it personally. Okay. So now I'm gonna move on to the topic for today's Q&A helpline, which is free lead generation. How this lead generation can actually save your business in the current market. Alright, so it's actually quite simple, right? So there are paid lead generation and there are free lead generation. Now, paid is very fast. You get results like within seconds, within minutes. And some of my agents using paid ads, they're closing deals within hours, right? So that's how fast, how speedy it can be to get results from paid advertising, right? So obviously, right, not every agent is going to have the budget. It depends on your own situation. It depends on your own individual case where you are right now. So from time to time, you may even want to look at free lead generation. It's not a bad thing, but free lead generation is a totally different thing. It's a different beast from paid advertising. Alright, so it has different rules, different requirements, and the amount of discipline that you need to put in to get the results is going to be higher, right? So for paid, you don't have to have the discipline. You're just paying money, right? But it costs money. So money is something that you need to earn back, right? So that's the difference between free and paid, right? So for free, it can make money, but it's going to be definitely taking more effort and longer time. But this is something that you should definitely look at. Sometimes after a while, like I mentioned, like I always say, after a while your paid ad results will tend to go down, and you will need to start a new ad all over again for the paid ad. And that's where free lead generation can come in to complement your advertising and your marketing, so that your leads don't go down to zero. You're still getting business, you're still getting some leads coming in. So what's the strategy? How you gonna do it? All right, so there are online portals, right? So I'm sure some of them, some of the online portals like Gumtree, like Craigslist, like Locanto, and there are many more out there. All right, so even Carousel, right? So so many platforms out there, right? And they allow you to create an account, they allow you to post pictures, they allow you to post description. Some of them allow you to put links, some of them don't. So it depends on the portal, it depends on the website, it depends on the platform. So be sure to check it with them. So once you create your account, what you need to do is basically you just simple, you post all these ads out there. And actually some of the ads I give away in my book, Property Agent Secrets. So if you already have the book, then basically just refer to page 233, all right, and 234. So basically this is the best kind of free ad on page 233. So yeah, so basically just use that ad, just copy. And in fact I have more ads in my marketing library, which you can get from propertyagentuniversity.com. And marketing library is just one of the free bonuses that comes with it. And I included all the ads that I ever ran, all the winning ads over the past 10 years and longer, and that I wrote personally for myself, that I wrote for my agents, right, and they had closed at least one transaction. So all those ads are already out there. So what you need to do is very simple. You just need to go and post it, simple as that, right? So it will require a bit of technology in the form of, let's say if you already have a website, right, and if you don't have a website, then go get one. A website is absolutely necessary. You must have a website. There's no other way, there's no other shortcut. If you don't have a website, then you're losing out on all the business. All right, so you need a website for that. And if you don't have a website, then get one. All right, so okay, if you don't have a website, if you have a website, then good, just put your links in there, that's it. All right, if you don't have a website, then get a website and then put a link over there. And okay, the reason why I don't recommend you to put in your mobile number is very simple, right? People don't want to talk to salesmen, especially when they are so early in the home buying process, right? Especially, let's say, put yourself in the prospect shoes. Let's say you just decided that you need a larger house. Maybe your spouse told you, hey, we need more space, we have a growing family, and you realize, yeah, that you need to upgrade or whatever, right? So think in terms of how the prospects are actually thinking, right? At that early stage, they have a lot of questions they need to answer, right? And they will start searching for all these questions. They will start searching Google. They will start searching the listings that are available online in order to determine what is it that they want to buy, when they're gonna buy. And all these questions are already playing in their mind. And if they are too early in the buying process, right, they definitely wouldn't want to call a realtor, right? So you must understand this. That's where a website comes in. With a website, the pressure is off. Seriously, the pressure is off. It's no pressure. And you can basically you can make an offer to what are you going to give away. It's very simple. Just give away free reports, just give away information, just give away whatever is it that they might be interested in. And if you already have my book, then I also have the report that I give away. And if you already have my property agent success system, then I'm sure you already have more than enough reports that you are going to need for this task. All right, so after you have done that, after you post the ads, right, it's very simple. Just copy paste my templates over there, right? And I always keep saying, if you can copy, you can succeed. Very simple as that, right? So nothing complicated. Don't worry too much about technology. Don't procrastinate. Don't think about whether or not it's gonna work it for you or not. No, none of that is important, right? Just go and do it, all right? And then once you do it, once you have all these ads up and running, right, the next thing that you need to do is actually create more and more and more, all the way until you have a few hundred. And this is important, right? Okay, with free, you are not going to have as much reach, and by reach I mean more and more prospects seeing your ads compared to if you're paying for the ad. Because basically, at the end of the day, if you're paying on Facebook, right, you're paying for reach. You're paying Facebook to show your ad to more and more people, as many people as possible, right? With free ads, the only way you can do that is by posting multiples 10, 20, 50, 100, 200, 300 different ads, all right, on all these platforms, right? So check with the platform, very important, because some platforms allow you to post multiple listings, some platforms don't. So again, it depends on the platform. And just be creative, but don't be spammy. So the difference between creative and spammy is a very, very fine one, right? So okay, spammy, it doesn't sound natural. It sounds like you're trying to sell something, you're hard selling something, right? So always be natural. And it depends, like I said, it depends on the platform, how many copies, how many ads they allow from you. And be sure to change the wording so that the ads doesn't appear to be exactly the same. And it's important to keep posting again and again and again. And for that, you're going to need some discipline. So you need to do this every day, all right? And do it every day. Post like between 2 to 4 ads on one platform. Come back again the next day. So you got to have a plan, you got to have the discipline, and you got to set aside a schedule, set aside time for yourself, so that you can do this. And when you do it right, you will get leads coming in, not 1 or 2, you will get dozens and dozens. You will get 12, 24, 36, 48, 50 or more per day, right? So if you do it right, and there is an additional value of SEO, search engine optimization. People are actually searching for these kind of properties, searching for these kind of whatever the need that they have, right? And you are out there, you have listings over there, and you have these ads out there, right? And that will definitely attract interested people to reach out to you first, compared to you calling them. So this is reverse prospecting. This is what I teach my agents, my members, and this is what I actually do myself. I did myself as a realtor, and I still do it myself as a coach now. All right. So reverse prospecting, turns the prospecting upside down by making you the hunted and getting the prospect to chase you instead. And this is a much smarter way of doing marketing, of doing prospecting. All right. So I think this is pretty much about how to use free ads, free lead generators online today, especially in today's current market. And if you have questions, if you have concerns, just shoot me a question. I read all the comments, and I actually basically I care about your success, and I would like to see more agents succeeding in the real estate industry. Essentially, I just want to see the real estate industry become great again, right? So I hope to see you in my next Q&A helpline next week, and be sure to ask me any questions that you might want to ask me, and I will definitely cover in my next Q&A helpline. Bye bye.